This person who wronged you really did so much to try to bring you into their energy, to try and win you over, but you weren't having it. You never backed down, and you were always true to you and your soul path. This person really could have used their position or what they thought they were representing to go against you, to try and guilt trip you, to try and say, oh, this is how it's done. But they were truly a person that did not represent that. They did not have the different ethics that they should have in that position. If it was a boss, if it was a grandparent, a parent, if it was a friend, if it was a person that really had, maybe a teacher, really had a role that should have helped you, really had a role that should have been there for you, and they weren't. But you realized that, and you made all the difference. They truly didn't have a care for what it was they were representing. They didn't care. All they wanted was the power. They wanted to sow discord so that everyone else was confused. They thought you were confused, but they were wrong. And they really wanted to take advantage of that confusion so they could move forward with more power. But you saw through that. This was a person that could have been, at the start, very charismatic. They could have taken you out to dinner. They could have promised you many different things, or people around you many different things. They could have said, yeah, let's go to the best restaurant in town. It's on me. And they may have done that at first. They could have been a person that was all flash and said, yeah, you know what? We're going to make lots of money. We're going to do that. Or if they were a grandparent, it's going to be the best picnic ever. It's going to be fantastic. If they're a parent, we're going to get you to where you need to go. This is going to be amazing. But when it came down to it, they were all flash and no substance. They were someone that really didn't have the persistence to actually fulfill those promises that they had told you. They lacked that inner strength. And after a while, that flash went away and their mask came off, and you were actually able to see that maybe they did a little brute force, right? With different ways of being, right? So when they were talking to you or to others, maybe they used guilt. Maybe they said, do this or else. They gave an ultimatum. Maybe they said, you know what? This person is doing this. Why aren't you? But you saw through that. You were able to see so many different things that this person was doing that it never affected you. You were like a lonely island of morality, ethics, and healthy boundaries in what it should have been. It seemed like they could manipulate a lot of others around you, but they could never manipulate you. You held true. You knew what a relationship should look like. You knew what that connection should look like. Whether it was family, friends, a boss, a lover, you knew exactly in your mind and in talking to spirit what should have gone on. And with that, there were so many things that happened. There could have been a lot of pain that happened because of it. There could have been a lot of spiritual blocks around you. These people just couldn't listen to spirit at that time. They were just all enamored with this person, this flashiness, this kind of presentation or fakeness. And they bought it hook, line, and sinker. So with that, you were able to say, I'm not going that way. I'm not doing that. I am defending myself from all of this because you are not taking me down with you. And that showed so much strength. And with that, you were able to be that lightning bolt in the tower. You were their lightning bolt. It all came crumbling down after that. Once you stood up for yourself, it was truly the end of their schemes. They tried and tried and tried, again and again and again. They went back to the nice person. They said, oh, you know what? I can give you this. I can give you that. I can do this for you. I can do that for you. You had already seen their true colors. You were buying it. And other people around you started to listen. And that also created this tidal wave against them, to where now the abundance that was leaking out everywhere, it could have been emotion, it could have been spirituality blocks, it could have been a lot of different things, that was coming to an end. That feeling of being that lone island finally broke because other people started to listen. Other people started to really see them for who they were. You were the catalyst. You were the one that said, you know what? This isn't right. This isn't right. And you stood up for it. Now you can look ahead without this person on your spiritual path, without this person influencing others around you. And yes, there may be one or two that are still with them, and that's for them to decide. But you are moving forward. You've done exactly what you could do, and Spirit is proud of you. I'm very proud of you as well. This is something that was not easy. It was extremely difficult, especially with the person involved that needed to be shown their ways and what was happening, shown their ways that it was not right in what they were doing. Now, all the spiritual blockages are cleared. You are able to ride that chariot out. You have that inner knowledge now and before to really, truly go where you want to go. But you were that spiritual lesson to that person. You were that lightning bolt. So Spirit had you be there. They had you be there to really say, you know what? This person needs a lesson. And I need you to teach it to them. And you said, okay, I will. And you did. And it really has cleared that area. It has cleared that blockage. It has reinforced your healthy boundaries. And you've also shown others what healthy boundaries look like. You led by example, and others will never forget that. That is something truly special and the best way to lead. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you all. Thank you, Spirit, for being here with us today, too. And if you ever want a private reading, you can go to RoboMonkTarot.com. And if you want to check out my other channel, it's all about love. It's RoboMonk Oracle. Thank you. Take care. Many blessings to you, and I'll see you next time.